Thank you, friends, and thank you, Economic Times, for this quick entry and giving me this opportunity for a very, very short and very, very quick speech. So, a brief introduction. I am Dr. Sanjay Mukherjee. I am the Metropolitan Commissioner of Mumbai. I look after the entire Mumbai metropolitan area, and the agency which I am primarily responsible for is an agency called as the Mumbai Metropolitan Regional Development Authority. MMRDA by itself doesn't have much to do with retail. We are pretty much a wholesale thing. So all the larger infrastructure projects that you're seeing happening around Mumbai, whether it is the big metro network, or whether it is the Atal Setu, or whether it is large water supply networks, large bridges within the city, inter-district bridges within the MMR, that is what we do. But essentially, how are we taking cognizance of retail? I think I'll keep my speech basically focused to that. Number one, is MMRDA taking cognizance of retail? What is MMRDA doing in the short run for the benefit of retail and to promote retail? And what is MMRDA doing in the medium to long term on promoting retail and to ensure that more retail comes in? And does MMRDA stand for only consolidation and large retail groups, or does MMRDA and does Mumbai need, mom and pop stores and shorter, smaller retail organizations? So what are we doing for retail? And for retail, I think the biggest thing that retail requires is accessibility, connectivity, and we have, initiative which we call as Mumbai in Minutes. And that Mumbai in Minutes initiative essentially is this, that as you move from one end of Mumbai to another, now it is highly clogged and traffic jammed, so it should reduce. And one point to another should be something like 59 minutes. That is the maximum period that we are taking. And this will benefit retail because it will enable people to travel. And as it enables people to travel, so obviously if I want to go to a particular outlet mall, or if I want to go to a particular shop, or if I want to buy a particular thing, then I can travel there. We are essentially building a network of 7 ring roads around Mumbai. Some of this work is already completed, some of the work is ongoing, or rather, most of the work is ongoing, and a small part of the work will be started this year, and most of the work will be completed in the next 2 years, and some work will be completed in the next 3 to 5 years, and almost everything will be completed within the next 5 years. So essentially, as you have the coastal road on the eastern side, or rather, on the western side, you have the Eastern Freeway on the eastern side. The coastal road is being connected to the Eastern Freeway as we speak by 2 corridors. One is a corridor which is called as the Worli-Shivri Elevated Corridor. So that connects Worli to Shivri. And on the southern side, the Orange Gate part of the Eastern Freeway, that is where it lands before the BPT, for those who know Mumbai and its geography, will connect to the Mumbai Coastal Road. So the coastal road is now already complete. And as this happens, the MTHL is also complete, so it connects to Navi Mumbai, Ulve and Panvel. So South Mumbai is connected. Similarly, the coastal road connects South Bombay now via the Bandra-Worli sea link directly to Bandra and on to BKC. Further on, we are taking the road, the Bandra to Versova sea link, a road which should be completed in the next 3 years, a road from Versova to Dahisar, a road from Dahisar to Bhainder, a road from Bhainder to Uttan, a road from Uttan to Gaimukh, a road from Gaimukh to Fountain, a road from Fountain to Gaimukh, and a road from Gaimukh down to Anand Nagar in Thane, from Anand Nagar to Cheda Nagar to the Eastern Freeway, and thereby a ring road. In between, we have the east-west corridors like the JVLR, the SCLR. These are complete. The Thane-Borivali tunnel is something which we have started this year. The Goregaon-Mulund link road, that work also has started this year. As we go further north, then we have the multimodal corridor which is coming up. Next year we shall be starting the Virar-Versova sea link, which will be India's longest sea link, and I think the MTHL is the longest sea link in Asia, and I think the Virar-Versova sea link, which will the Virar to to Palghar sea link, which will be about 90 kilometers long, might be the longest in the world. So that is a type of connectivity in the road side which is happening. And parallelly, there is a connectivity which is happening in the, in the metro rail side and in the suburban railway side. So all of you are aware, because the roads are all dug up. And as we travel, so we see कि अरे भाई यहाँ से भी एक लेन बंद कर दिया, उधर से भी एक लेन बंद कर दिया. So the road traffic is substantially clogged. So there are 14 metro lines which are being implemented. This road network, as I spoke of, within a precinct of the city at given any one point of time, it is the largest network ever attempted. Similarly, the metro network of 337 kilometers which we are attempting, that is under MMRDA, and other agencies like MMRCL, CITCO, Thana Municipal Corporation, etc., something around 450 running kilometers of metro line is being attempted at one given point of time. So that is, again, the largest, arguably. There is no Guinness Book record on this, but if you do a research, the maximum that has been done at any one single point of time has been the Riyadh Metro. So this is arguably the largest single attempt at connecting the city and its hinterland by a metro line at any given point of time. So this work is also now going on, and I think in the next 2 to 3 years, these metro lines will all be complete. And that will entirely change and revolutionize the way Mumbai works and the way Mumbai commutes. And as Mumbai will find it easier to commute, let's not talk about the various other benefits, like for instance, people will save time, and people will, the emission of noxious gases which come because of vehicles getting, stagnant and in the idle mode. That will not happen. But people will be able to reach from one corner to another corner. Another game-changing project is being done by the Government of India and the Government of Maharashtra together. And that is the bullet train project, or the Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train project. And that Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train project, if we limit ourselves within the state of Maharashtra, has 2 stations, other than BKC, right? So one is the station at Vasai, and second station is at Palghar. And from Palghar to BKC, which takes about 2.5 to 3 hours at this given one point of time as I speak, that time will come down to 30 minutes. So that's that huge change that is going to happen in the next 4 years. And when we see all these connectivities happening, then we realize that there is a huge opportunity for retail. India, rather Mumbai, doesn't really have an outlet mall, does it? But these things will make that possible. It's not possible to have an outlet mall today. 4 घंटा जाने को लगेगा तो कौन जाएगा? Lekin this will make it possible. We do not have any shopping district or a shopping village. Like there are so many villages in Europe where you go simply for shopping in the morning, have your food there, buy things, so you can buy clothes, perfumes, even furniture, and then you come back at night. Now all of this will be possible if we are able to connect Palghar to BKC, BKC to Kolaba by the means of the rail network. Now, there's another thing that is happening parallelly, and I think every Mumbaiker will like it, and that is the suburban rail traffic. So whereas we have nothing to do with or rather we have very limited role in the suburban rail network that is there, but whatever happens beyond it, as Government of Maharashtra, we spend 50% of the expenditure and we are involved in the planning. So now that suburban rail is going further beyond Karjat and Dahanu in a regular way. The Nehru-Rural Railway is now completed. This will go further down to Raigad. MMRDA is also building that Revas-Karanja link. And so there are various things which are happening and various connectivities which are coming out. About 9 minor ports are being developed around the Konkan coast. So all these things will happen, and these will somehow, they will all happen at the same point of time. And as these things will happen at the same point of time, I really cannot hazard a guess as how people will adapt to it. But yes, it does open up an opportunity. Do people adapt to it immediately? And do people use it immediately? Or do people take their own sweet time to get over the regular habits? That is the thing which we need to see. But these are something which I would say as a matter of policy and how we intend to connect so as to enable retail. But what exactly immediately is MMRDA doing to promote retail? So in this entire metro network that we are talking about, We have got commercial centers, commercial spaces. The initial policy was कि भाई दुकान गाड़े बना दो और auction कर दो तो लोग उसको खरीद लेंगे. But now, in the new metro lines that we will take out, this will not be the policy. And in fact, if there are people amongst you who are interested, then I would invite you to visit Mumbai Metro Operating Company Limited's office, that is called as MQ, which is the company under MMRDA which will be operating this metro rail and which operates the existing metro rail network. And there we can even we can design an entire metro rail shopping based on the requirements. So it can be one brand, or it can be 10 brands, it can be a departmental store, or it can be any other thing that would suit the particular requirement of that area. So absolutely, provision of retail space is something which we can do. I was managing director of CITCO, and CITCO was the first organization which, constructed railway stations on behalf of the railways. I'm not remembering the figures because it's a year and a half that I've left that organization. But we had calculated, and I wanted to do something there on the railways, on the stations. And we had calculated, and then we found that the footfall in these stations of Navi Mumbai, which are operated by that organization, is equal to the footfall in an IPL match. So this is the amount of footfall that is there. So therefore, it opens up huge avenues in terms of view of advertising. It opens up huge avenues in terms of view of sale, retail, and many other things. So similarly, as this metro network will, come into place, and as a road network will come into place, it opens up huge different avenues in terms of advertising, in terms of retail space, and in terms of the way people shop and people do business. So this is something which MMRDA will do, immediately. It is happening as we speak about it. Now, in addition to this, I would like to tell you that we are building a new city on where the Atal Setu lands, and that is called as KSC New Town in the technical jargon, in the notification that has come out. But popularly, it is called as Mumbai 3.0. And this Tisri Mumbai, or Mumbai 3.0 as we know, is supplemented by another city which is being built by another organization, CITCO, which is called as the Navi Mumbai Airport Influence Notified Area, commonly known as NAINA. So these are two cities which are being developed. One is a 278 square kilometer city, that is the NAINA, but Mumbai 3.0 is going to be planned as a totally fourth generation city. And there we may think, so I'm waiting for, it's an open invitation. Anybody with any advice can mail us, or they can meet my additional commissioner and they can give their suggestions. Why don't we have a retail corridor? Is it possible to have a retail corridor there? Like when we talk about cities and when we talk about fourth generation cities, we definitely think of residential, we definitely think of commercial, we definitely think of housing spaces, we definitely think of sports, amenities, cultural factors, etc. But what about changing that a bit? Can we have a retail corridor? Can we have a retail city? A city where people just come to splurge, a city where people just come, spend, have a good time and go back, within the boundaries of Indian law, of course. So is that possible? So that is something which I am looking into and exploring. And if that is possible, then we may have something like a retail corridor in that city. In addition, we are also the planning authority of 2,000 square kilometers around the city of Mumbai. Now, as this 2,000 square kilometers around the city of Mumbai will be developed, obviously, the whole area will not develop at any one point of time, right? Mumbai is 478 square kilometers, and it was founded sometime in 18 or 17 something. And still we have undeveloped land within the city of Mumbai. So obviously this thing will take decades and centuries to get developed. But as we develop, we will develop in small, focused growth centers. Today as urban planning and today as industrial planning, and that happens. So I see a lot of thought and a lot of push coming from, say, for instance, the IT-ITES sector. यहाँ पे growth center बनाइए, which will be IT-ITES focused. So there's a lot of push that comes from the logistics sector. You build a logistics village or a logistics township. There's a lot of push which comes from think कि आप एक sports city बनाइए, something where all sorts of sports will be there, sports academies will be there, sportsmen will come, they will learn, and they will because that sports is also becoming a big economic activity in the days to come. So a thought that crossed my mind was that why can't we have a small area of 8 to 10 square kilometers, which is somewhere around a corridor, and there we have a retail growth center. So as we talk about retail, retail is invariably linked to wholesale. It's invariably linked to logistics, but something which is purely focused on retail sale. And it can be a place where, wholesalers go and get their stuff, or retailers go and get their stuff, or it can be a directly business to consumer type of thing. These are all options which have been opened out in various parts of Mumbai, on and around Mumbai. And as we speak, many of these things are really coming into fruition. Friends, there is a lot of opportunity, and I think India is growing at 6.7%. Along with the Niti Aayog, MMRDA has now prepared an economic master plan for the next 7 years, 15 years, 30 years, 50 years, like that, in phases. And we have kept it highly conservative. And as we have kept it conservative, we have found that from the current $160 billion, we can go to $400 billion in the next 5 years. So that is something we can grow. And all these things, as we speak, are going to happen, whether we like it or not, whether we want it or not. But if in case we are proactive, then we may perhaps get a better result than we would if we are not proactive and we let things happen its own way. Friends, thanks a lot to all of you for giving me this opportunity. And I thank Economic Times for this wonderful opportunity for addressing this august audience. Thank you so much.